Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and take on today's lap time challenge in Gran Turismo 7. As we're about to be heading back on Autodromo de Interlagos since last time, as we're about to be using for the 2020 Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. This most highly advanced Ultimate Touring version is now being capable to be classed as a road car category. With a combination of elements like Formula 1 and touring car classes like the GT3 version on the 2016 and 2020 alike. But this is going to be quite very much more advanced version that brings out 719 horsepower and weight 3,395 pounds, and the aspiration is now being set on turbocharge. Drivetrain is now being capable to be classed as an FR layout. This will be having a main target time to go faster and harder to have 1 minute 36.209 seconds to get up onto 2 million GT credits by having a percentage by 3. With the additional to have some settings is now being specified, Sport Soft compound tires is now being eligible to be under regulation, and the mid speed on the BOP/tuning prohibited. But don't forget, the penalty settings is now being set on invalidate time on shortcut, and while collision is being turned off. So I'll have to be ready up and good to go, because this time I'll have to be here by tonight because of weekly challenges is going to be set to be on further schedule notice, but it has to take a major step of opportunity because of the brand new update that you guys have already seen it, and this is going to be a much more awesome expansion to have a new track, 7 cars, and lots and more features that you guys are really going to have to check it out. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start today's lap time challenge. Let's begin. So now it's time to get ready to go and start today's lap time challenge. Date entry log on November 8, 2023 after the launch of Spec 2 to the game. Alright, just gonna have to be prepared, and doing one stop further notice for having a weekly challenge is now being introduced. Here, this is gonna have to take one part of the track layout to have 3 hairpins all together during in Sector 2 before going proceed onto Sector 3, and then come back again to go on Sector 1 to take the Senate S and go on the Curva do Sol. But the 7-speed transmission is now actually to be more capable, challenging, and well tested is gonna have to take the active wing spoiler to go switched up automatically. So let's find out and give it a go to see how capable to be driving to have the Black Series to have the ultimate Mercedes-AMG GTS. As ever said before, this one is built by original to become the ultimate version to the Mercedes-AMG, where having a main base model is now being built as an F1 race car and GT3 to be mixed together. So climbing up onto the gear 6 and switched up onto the active wing spoiler to go entered as the time begins, coming in and sliding steady on the Senate S in turn 1. Okay, watch yourself. Turn 2 is going to keep an exercise caution to go around on turn 3. Just like that, when you're going straight, the increased aerodynamics to go by quick improvement before take the next turn on any direction. To have this one is actually to be a build like a most capable touring car version ever yet to build. And that's how this Mercedes-AMG GT version is now actually to be served as the foundation from the GTS back from 2015. So here, coming in to have the first hairpin before taking hairpin 2. Coming around between turn number 8 through 9, and then save the only main position to go on turn 10 at hairpin 3. That's how the basic is all you need to do. Race the line, practice on the tarmac, and stay closer to have a good enough speed. So coming in to have that next turn on the third sector, go for the lap and make that good sprint run to be on the main curve apexes to have the yellow highlight will guide you there. Okay, very good. In about exactly for the average time in a minute and 39 seconds. Here comes the hard part. Now gonna have to go down again on turn 1 and 2 at the center S. Pretty challenging and built to be as an ultimate sports car, ever yet to be classed as a road car. Okay, gonna have to pull brake. Oh, coming in. Gonna have to slow down and have that blind corner to be mastered. Very ultimate and very challenging to have this sports car is ever yet to be built to have a nice GT wing spoiler on the rear. But this one that has a very good, excellent style is actually to be capable to be served as a track-only vehicle. Unlike any other track-only hypercars like the Bugatti Divo, is actually to have a good different active wing spoiler to have a shape or form. But unless the GT wing is actually to be built in differently to see how you can handle well and drive faster to be on the main straightaway like any specified vehicle to have the same car in Special Stage Route X. So lap number 2 is coming closer. Keep that guide direction to stay on the top pace. Don't get off the track. Otherwise, it'll have to be served in validate time. Okay, here it comes on the third lap. So just going to keep a good pace. Coming back down on center S in turn 1 and 2. Curve out to Seoul on turn 3. Faster said than before. It can go straight when the wing spoiler is popped up and switching around on active position when you're on straight, because even so, the number of gears to be on the main position to stay on between gear number 4 or exactly to be on gear number 7 to have a good adjusted top speed. The drivetrain is FR, turbocharged can actually to be well handled and more capable like the GTR as of 2017 and GTS in 2015. The third version is built to become a much more sportier advanced version is now being served as a GT3 race car. But not even yet. This one is actually to be served as a GT3 road car version to have the mixed element. So just going to stay on closer to be in the final sector in number 3. Watch the line and watch the speed. The handling is sure does to take the good heavy effect. So it'll have to give it a go and keep a good clean run. Okay, that's 0.470 seconds in a minute and 38. This will have to take minimum requirement to go by 2.5 seconds as the main key of objective. Okay, that's one session is gonna have to be on standby until gonna have to go again on session 2 to take the hard part to go faster and amp up the speed. But the corners is slightly to be built on specified according to the BOP regulation to the Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. Technically, the orange color is serving to have a good main style to have a thumbnail image along with the gray different versions. If possible, any kinds of customization parts is going to be more likely is going to be built to be capable to have this main prior to be as a next rival to the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the Type 992 as a 2022 model. But exactly to have 2 years before the Type 992 comes out to have this new age of the 2020s decade. The sound of the engine, the oversteer, and the form of the chassis foundation from the original is now stated to be having a differences compared to the GT3 race car between 2016 and 2020 alike. But counterpart does matters to have shapes and sizes to see this Mercedes-AMG GT. So on to the 5th lap. Gonna have to step it up and go concentration to stay at it. You'll have to go hard at that torque of the RPM to stay on a good peak of condition. Okay, coming in and go hard lap. Steady up on the turn to go on the apexes to make your line to be safer rather than going extremely to have some maintained by the pace. Challenging and yet to be stable. Okay, first hairpin. Going down again on hairpin 2. 0.5 seconds. It'll have to get exactly around in a minute and 37 seconds to go for a throttled time. Okay, third sector is going clear. Take that pace and go for the final corners. Going in and make that speed to be adjusted quickly to be slider for at least 0.5 seconds. Okay, brakes coming in on lap 6. Gonna brace myself and go down. Very good. Good call and make a good line of speed adjustment. Okay, doing well on turn 4 and 5. Going back again and watch out for turn 6 and 7. Okay, my ghost car doing well. Pulling up the gears on the dirt. Okay, turn 10. Do the inside part. Actually doing well. A bit more concentration is now being stated on the silver. Okay, that's 10 minutes. 6th lap, we'll have to take that push and go on the go session on number 2. Alright, that's it for now. Stop at lap number 7 and call it for only one single attempt. Very yet to be good, speed, challenging, and more concentration unlike any other 2 version to the Mercedes-AMG GT. Listed as a Black Series to have a good average time record in 1 minute, 37.532 seconds. However, that had to take 16.7 miles in lap 6 on Interlagos, but technically that should be good enough. So gonna have to tally up the check and analysis and go down to see how 2 sectors is now highlight on the green in lap number 5 and also for sector 1. For lap number 6, it takes 24.514 seconds to have the first step to be on turn 1 and 2 at the Center S along with turn 3 at the Cuba do Sol. But not to mention because doing well to be well elevated to have sector 2 and 3 in the 5th lap by 49.674 seconds and 23.014 seconds. As a result, one session in 1 minute, 37.532 seconds is being get and max speed in 179 miles per hour. But even so, Silver level does might have a good average because it'll have to take the next step and go challenging with a different Gran Turismo player with a ghost car. So now moving on in attempt number 2 by having a current session to have my record to be updated in 1 minute, 36.240 seconds is still on the silver position to go over by 3%. I'll have to keep pushing on and have a mindful strategy to go perform and using with the Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series 2020 is the ultimate track-only supercar that has an active wing spoiler to go using up on the corners to have a series of elevation. Timer reset, and here comes to be down onto turn 1 and 2 at the center S. We'll have to get 2 ghost cars to be set in the active motion. One color to be behind and the other one that has a livery to be represented the country of Palestine. Got to go straight and clear from Cuba du Sol on turn number 3. Here comes turn number 4 by pulling out the brake and get closer behind where the gray ghost car is now being well stationed by behind to be seen on the radar. There we go, just have to keep a good mark on the apex and stay on in when you're on sector 2. Turn number 5 and 6 is about to be double checked and cleared to be slide to the right and keep a good handling mobility balance to be double checked, then hairpin to be coming up to go for a single and double. So that's one hairpin check, got to keep a good line check to go by hairpin number 2 and then the third one to be stopping at turn number 10. There we go. Just make a good inside apex on turn 10 and pack it up to go on the main gear on number 3, going up on the 4th gear to have a minimum speed of requirement to go over by exactly and over and under 90 miles per hour. Final sector, bring out the best push and give it more speed acceleration to get closer, faster up, and have a good limitation to go update for having a gold record will be achieved to success. Going up on the 6th gear, and here comes the final stretch. We'll have to go by crossing the line. That's more like it. That's a minute, 36.037 seconds has now entered and promoted to be on the gold level by having a participation to see how a track-only supercar is now being well capable to be compete and race on by having 1 lap only. So folks, 1 lap by having another session to go improve and faster up to get yourself prepared for having a 1 double ghost car by having a single and have a courtesy example to go assistance to have a single minute and 36 seconds to go down by having a decent decimal by 0.37 seconds. Here's for today's workout by having a 120.3 miles to be adding up by 135.2 miles will be equal to be in 155.5 miles of today. This will have to get down to have a tally up result to be highlighted on 3 sectors to be marked on the green. Sector 1 is 24.248 seconds, good. Sector 2, 49.008 seconds, very good. And for Sector 3, 22.781 seconds with a max speed requirement to be at 180 miles per hour. After I spent 6 sessions by having 1 perfect effort to go climbing up onto the gold level entry viewers, but remember, always have to make sure to keep practice and experience for only 1 real going supercar by having an example with the Mercedes-AMG G20, and there goes to be on the main highlight position to go mark on the comparison to top cars in 2.82% and position on 8,514 place. Just a beautiful, iconic supercar is now being quite good to be on the track and go for the countdown reminder in about 2 hours and 10 minutes left until the current lap time challenge is about to be over soon before moving on. From gold medal 28, and this one is going to be my 29th gold medal to be in 8,531st place in a minute, 36.037 seconds after trying out and go hard with the 2020 Mercedes-Benz Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series. Excellent job, because the next lap time challenge is still yet to be available, but even yet, it's now currently to be on the reminder when participate in the first season on the 2023-24 Exhibition Series on the GTWS Manufacturers Cup. Well, I know I just missed out for having a lot of more production work to do, folks, but this one is going to have to be adding up to have some percentage and wheel position on the gold medal, but 2 of them on the first, and yet of course to be on the rankings, and regional ranking itself is not yet to be placed. But I'll have to take 900,000 credits to be added as a bonus to be participate. So next up, we're going in to be on the Urban City course at Central Clockwise in Tokyo Expressway by using with a Nismo 400R 1995. And also to be going in for having a snow track on Lake Louise long track for the Toyota GR Yaris RC High Performance 2020. 1 city course and 1 snow track to be up north in the country of Canada. Alright, looks like this will be doing the perfect time to go back to the GT Garage, roulette ticket time, and entered on week number 2 for the challenge. Since we have finished the first week, but now there's gonna have to take 5 events to be participate as part of the weekly challenges to go by number 2. But hopefully, live stream video will be going on full production on the set is now currently to be available on further notice. But if possible, if you guys have already seen it from here until now. So let's start out and go with some different earnings on the rarity of the roulette ticket. Starting out to have the first 4-star coming up. Reward challenge time is underway, folks. There we go. 1 Aston Martin invitation is required. Just in time to have an early Christmas season on the month of December to be at the 12. I'll have to hold on to it until the expiration date is go on the reminder. Second roulette ticket number 2 on 3-star coming up. Okay, 3 cars, 1 high chance of luck. Alright. It's all in and 100,000 GT credits on the gold rarity common. I'll add this up, going back on 18 million. Okay, so let's see what else to do next. Talk about having some 6-star roulette tickets to be on 3 types of rarity. I'll have to start with the standard and see how it turns out. Come on, Lady Luck, give me something. 2 Italian hypercars and 1 chance of luck. But there you go. 1 million GT credits, and this one is going up by 19 million in total amount of current balance. Now on to the parts in 6 stars. Here I go. Let's see some parts and go for the ultra high RPM. Yes! That's the ultra high RPM turbochargers is what I need to be compatible on the safety car version to the Nissan GT-R. I'll have to hold on to it and need 1 vehicle to be available at Grand Central. Now for the engine category on the 6-star coming up. I hope this is going to be a brand new engine along with some new ones from the previous update. But there it goes. New engine and compatible on the BMW C4 GT3 2011 is now being based from the current vehicle as a Group 3. But I don't know which engine is going to be compatible to on any road car by specified pick. Retail price at 325,000 credits. That's good. Alright, now gonna have to scroll down more and do the last roulette ticket to be on expiration reminder on December 1st. Let's give it what for. Okay, so much for getting a Lamborghini Huracan Group 4. I'll have to take 10,000 GT credits, thank you very much. Almost at 50,000, but still yet around in 19 million. Well folks, experiencing driving in the Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series 2020. This interior view is very much more stunning, excellent, and full advanced sport version, unlike the GTR and GTS as of 2015 through 2017 in different version. One of the most finest ultra-high performance vehicle is being made by Mercedes-AMG. Technically to be capable to have the mixed elements of Formula 1 and GT3 car classes, unlike the 2020 counterpart to have the same chassis with the same headlights, different taillights, and the wing spoiler, but this one is becoming much more advanced sporty version unlike the other two previous model. But on the badge in the right, just to have a GT Black Series is meant to be quite very good to be capable to become as an ultimate hyper-performance sports car vehicle to be driven on the track. So I bet you guys have already got this one and added to the car index, but this time they will be having a same vehicle to be served as a prize reward car to be part on the master license to be prior to Spec 2 update. But you understand, right? This car is very much more high performance to become as a track only sports car to be capable by challenging other opponents. But I kinda like it, and the rims itself is just to have a good black style, and any kinds of color variation is still yet to be well prepared, and see how it turns out to be drive with this beast is becoming more faster than any other high performance sports car like the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 992 2022. Just 2 years before Porsche is putting up to have an ultra high performance to be on the Type 992 in the 911 model. But hopefully, this will have to take a good one-on-one showdown to see how the differences will be made to do it in the custom race by later on. So let's get ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video. So, I guess this will have to take a perfect time and go Tokyo Expressway by trying out in the Nismo 400R 1995. And also to be having a good participation to be planned and go weekly challenges, and full walkthrough will be going on standby to have the tables have turned. So I'll have to leave it to myself from here until now. The rest of the content video to be related to the lap time challenge will be on the way as well. Thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.